When Warner Brothers dropped the first look at Tom Cruise's upcoming movie Digger, the response was dominated by deep, collective confusion. Publications like Kotaku immediately called it the weirdest trailer they had seen in a long time. A new Tom Cruise release typically brings a specific set of expectations, those death-defying stunts, shattered speed limits, and risking his life for popcorn entertainment. But the construction of this trailer ignores that playbook. This timeline breaks down the runtime. For the first 2.5 minutes, there is zero new footage. Instead, it stitches together a 46-year career retrospective. That leaves a tiny 30-second sliver for Digger. Burying the star attraction is a significant marketing gamble. This sequence functions as a psychological reset. Before selling the public on the premise of Digger, the studio needs to remind viewers of the actor's dramatic range, prepping them for a massive visual shift. That shift arrives in the final 30 seconds, introducing Digger Rockwell, an eccentric, reclusive Southern energy tycoon. The plot follows the fallout of an ignored pipeline warning, triggering an ecological catastrophe with global, potentially nuclear consequences. The story finds Rockwell forced to fix a disaster he personally unleashed. Cruise underwent a heavy physical transformation for the role. He wears a prosthetic nose, a fake potbelly, and a thinning white comb-over, all while delivering lines in a thick Southern drawl. This appearance is the direct opposite of the ageless, invincible action persona he has maintained for years in the Mission Impossible franchise. By obscuring his face and altering his silhouette, Cruise is dismantling his modern blockbuster identity. It's an aggressive attempt to prove his capability for high-risk character acting. The director responsible for this creative shift is Alejandro G.
Iñárritu, the Oscar-winning filmmaker behind Birdman and The Revenant. Iñárritu and Cruise have discussed this collaboration for 7 years. According to the director, the role requires a different kind of fearlessness, a high-wire acting act rather than a physical stunt. The supporting ensemble adds further weight to the project, featuring Riz Ahmed, Sandra Hüller, Jesse Plemons, and John Goodman as the U.S. president. Technical choices also emphasize the film's prestige. Cinematographer Emmanuel Lubezki shot the project on 35mm film using the VistaVision format, a choice that gives this dark comedy a massive cinematic scale. Pairing a mainstream star with an Oscar-winning auteur and a heavyweight ensemble frames Digger as a major cinematic event. This unconventional trailer structure connects directly to an awards campaign. Highlighting his past dramatic peaks already positions Cruise for a Best Actor run. Placing clips from his most acclaimed roles right before the Digger footage actively reshapes the public narrative. It signals Academy voters that the actor is returning to the dramatic territory they once celebrated. This approach leans on his early career foundation, a time when Cruise was defined by serious, versatile performances rather than action franchises. The campaign demands that critics and audiences take the role seriously, marking a definitive pivot away from his pure action era. Ultimately, the trailer functions as a calculated rebranding effort. It leverages 46 years of cinematic history to ensure that when Digger arrives this October, the industry is looking past the stunts and focusing on the performance.